Good morning. It is 6:44 and we're ready to walk. We're all sitting at the picnic table getting the final touches on our gear. And Lentil said, well, can we walk a bit? So we're about to walk a bit. And I don't know, we'll see how today goes. Diesel just says it's going to be the hard day. So let's go get it done. We're off the paved road. Now we're just on a gravel forest road.
Wow. So first picture of the day.
We stopped for our 10 o'clock morning break and I was just opening a pack of hazelnut coffee. Not this pack, a different pack. Somehow I exploded it all over me. So now I'm gonna smell like hazelnut, but maybe the bears will like me better and I'll see more of them. All right, this is the way we came. We've been coming up this old road and now we're on this place called Chickaman Thai Trail. And that's where we're headed.
What's this green?
So we're on trail now. Okay, this trail we're on now is a mountain biking trail. And they have a lot of work in here. You can see these concrete like grids for traction on these steep hills. There's lots of places where there's some pretty good mountain bike tire tracks. So it's something that's used regularly. There is a spot where all of our maps don't agree. So where you're gonna get up here in several miles and have to just figure out how to connect where we're at and where we're gonna go. All right, you see the trail there. We gotta get up and over. This big thing is several hundred feet above us. Okay, we got here to a trail junction and we're headed to the Shitipo Trail.
Shitty poo!
Something like that. All right, it is about 10 minutes after 1. We've decided we're gonna go a little bit further. Diesel said it's 3 kilometers or like a mile and a half-ish to the top of the climb. And he said, then we should be done with most of the climbing. So we decided we're gonna do 3 kilometers more, get to the top of this, and then stop for lunch. We should have less than 9 miles total remaining, we believe. It is about 3:30 p.m. Just doing a little check-in. For the most part, the trail has been pretty decent. It's primarily not a foot traffic trail though. It's a bicycle or a mountain bike trail. So the actual treadway is fairly narrow and it's like, what would that be? Like cupped, like a U, like the bottom of a bike tire basically. So your feet are always kind of pronating as you're trying to walk. So that's been a little bit annoying. But for the most part, the trail's been pretty well maintained. Had the couple blowdowns we could easily step over. Really hasn't been much bushwhacking. So for the most part, all is going well. Like I said, it's right now just almost 3:30. And we're less than 3 miles from the first option where we were thinking we could camp. It's a campground. So we are going to, I think we talked at lunch, we're pretty much, unless something changed with the trail, which it pretty much hasn't, we are going to go another 3 miles past that one to a different campground at a lake. So, I don't know, we probably have 6-ish miles left. I think at some point, I had to look at the map. I thought we were getting back on a road for, no, you know, it's not a road. I think we're getting on a different trail up here in a little bit. But either way, I think we should be to camp around 6 30 is my guess. And this is a really narrow portion of the trail I'm trying to navigate through now. There's really room for like one bike tire, so not even 1 foot could fit on it very well. But anyway, that's what I got for now. I'm gonna have to get down this steep little embankment without falling and keep on trucking. All right, we've been in another old burn zone. There's a campground down here and a gravel road that goes through the valley. I think we're gonna go down to the gravel road and walk the road the rest of the way to the next campground. At least I hope. This trail this part right here is pretty nice. Let me show you. But for quite a while, it's been a pretty narrow trail and it's kind of hurt my ankles and knees. So I would be happy if we end up walking on this gravel road. I think that's what we're going. All right, it is a few minutes after 5. We had some, on that picnic table, had some talk about maybe just staying here tonight. But then we were looking at camping options the next couple days and seeing if we stopped here, what our next few days would look like. And if we stayed here, we'd have to do a longer day, like 26 miles at one point. So we have decided, I look like a chipmunk, I got some hard candy in my mouth. We decided we're gonna do another, at least 2 tonight. And that'll set us up better for the rest of this section. Man, there's a deep pool. It'd be perfect for swimming right there, but it's kind of chilly. Too cold for swimming. But man, isn't this beautiful? All right, I am off the main trail and on the side trail. It's actually a half mile down to this lake we're gonna camp at. Tupac is already here. Or he was ahead. I assume he's up there, almost there. So Diesel was at the junction, and then Lentil's behind me. So Diesel was waiting for her because, so she's the only one of the 4 of us that don't have any kind of maps for this. She has maps for the PCT. She doesn't have the maps and all the extra stuff downloaded. But that's mostly why we've been all staying pretty close together. So it's interesting, because partially in jest, partially serious, I told Diesel, you're so chivalrous. But a lot of times words come up, he's French, she's German, but has dual citizenship and lives in Switzerland. So a lot of times it's very interesting because one of us will say a word that we don't know, and then we'd like explain what it means, and then they're like, oh, we use this word. So, after I explained to him, like, what chivalrous meant, he was like, oh, chivalresque, or something like that. He's like, that's what we call it. But anyway, I always think that's fun. Kind of learning, not that I even know what he said exactly, but somewhat learning, I guess I'm not learning a language, but just communicating fully with language barriers. Sometimes it's fun to kind of explain back and forth. Anyway, I'm probably not making sense. I think, our map system's kind of rudimentary on mileage calculations, but we've got it down pretty close. I think we've done about 23 and a half today. So that's good. That sets us up well for the next few days. And yeah, I don't know. It looks like we're going to have to do a bunch of climbing here or something, because I'm almost to the water. And on the other side of the water, straight up. So I'm interested to see where this trail goes. Aha, look at this. A beautiful bridge. So it's actually, the trail is going to remain flattish, it looks like. We're going to climb, but very gently, along the other side once we go on this bridge. Okay, so there were campsites marked on the map on the close end and the far end of the lake. I went to the close end, 2-pack wasn't there. I did run into 2 hunters. I found one of their packs and their bow on the ground first. And then as I was looking for 2-pack on the close side of the lake, they came walking at me. One of the guys has a bow, one has a gun. I talked to him a minute. They were hunting for deer and bear. They said they had just seen a bear a little bit ago up on that other rock face. We yelled across the lake though when we couldn't find 2-pack, and he's on the far side. So now we're walking all the way around the other side of the lake. Maybe a good thing anyway, because there really wasn't any decent campsites on the close side of the lake. So hopefully there are on this side. It is 7:40 and it's starting to get dark already. So I'm all set up here. I'm cleaned up. I got my warm clothes on. I've not cooked dinner or anything yet. I'm gonna have some rice and beans. So I'm gonna go and tell you good night now, and then I'm gonna get out and cook dinner and eat. But you won't be able to see me if I come back later because it's gonna be dark. So have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. We got about 2 more days left and we'll be off this reroute and back on trail.